today we're going to be making beef stroganoff, which I'm told is a fairly simple meal to prepare. Fun fact, I've never made beef stroganoff and I've never even eaten it, so we're going to be learning this together. So what we have is a pound of ground beef. I'm doubling the recipe because I have a large family. 3 cups of broad egg noodles, a cup of sour cream, some mushrooms that I've already washed, an onion for dicing, some condensed cream of mushroom soup, and some garlic powder, and then we'll need a little bit of salt and pepper as well. So my water is already boiling, so I'm going to dump my pasta in there. And I'm going to let that cook about 8 minutes until it's al dente. While that's cooking, I'm going to slice up my onion and my mushrooms so they're ready to go. Okay, and now I'm going to slice up the mushrooms same way, just nice skinny slices. You can also use canned mushrooms if you like. I just picked up some fresh ones at the store, but canned ones will work totally fine. Okay, I've got everything all chopped up and my noodles are done, so I'm just going to drain and rinse those. And I've set my heat for my frying pan to medium high, and I'm going to brown the ground beef in just a moment. So we'll drain the noodles and I'll just set them off to the side, and then it's time to start cooking the beef. Okay, my frying pan is nice and hot, so I'm going to take the beef and dump it in there. I'm also going to add all my chopped onions. And my garlic powder. And then I'm going to mix it all up in here and let this beef start to brown. And we're going to make sure that we stir this often so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. So we want to cook this until all the meat is brown. We can see here that it's cooked and is brown, but some of this stuff here is still quite red. So we want to keep going until all the beef is nice and brown and the onions start to get a little more translucent. Okay, this beef is all nice and brown, so it's looking good, but as you can see there's quite a bit of liquid in here, so we're just going to drain that fat off before we add in our mushrooms. Okay, so we've drained off the fat, and so now it's just nice and brown and a little bit drier. We're going to add in our mushrooms and saute those for about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, everything's looking nice and good, so I'm going to turn the heat down to medium-low, and I'm going to add in my 1.5 cups of beef broth and some salt and pepper to taste. And I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, this has been simmering for about 10 minutes. So now we're just going to add in the mushroom soup, and then we're going to give that a stir, and we're going to let it simmer for about another 5 minutes. Okay, this is looking really good. So the last thing I need to do here is stir in my sour cream. So I'm going to do that. And then it says I need to also stir in my cooked pasta, but as you can see, this pan is quite full because I doubled the recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pasta pot instead. So I'm going to just move this over, bring my cooked pasta back, And then I'm going to pour this over my pasta. And then stir this up and let it sit on the heat for a couple more minutes until it's heated all the way through, and then we're going to serve it hot.